Yes,
Awaiting
sir.
orders. Reporting.
Awaiting orders.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative.
I hear you.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders.
I hear you.
Vehicle reporting.
Reporting.
Affirmative.
Howdy. Yes, sir. Hot diggity. Hot diggity.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Agreed.
Of course. At once. Very well. At once. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Reporting. Knowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Reporting.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Very well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
I hear you.
Vehicle acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Reporting very well.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Huh? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Huh? Rise and shine. Hot diggity. Howdy.
Vehicle reporting.
Howdy. Hot diggity.
Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Vehicle report acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting.
Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Awaiting order. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Awaiting order. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Rise and shine. I'll get my ring.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir.
Door running ball. Yeehaw.
Awaiting orders.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Huh? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Ready and waiting.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Awaiting
Unit
orders.
lost.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Huh? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Awaiting
Acknowledged.
orders.
Awaiting orders. Very well. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Reporting. Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Howdy.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle reporting.
Howdy.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Howdy. Rise and shine. I'll get my wrench.
Yes, sir. At once.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Yes, sir. Diggity.
Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting.
Huh? I'll get my
Yes, sir.
wrench.
Yes, sir. Very well. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Huh? Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting orders. Acknowledged. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
I hear you.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. At once. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. At once. Yes, sir. Very well. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Huh? Sure thing.
Yes, sir.
Bob.
Affirmative. Vehicle reported. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Reporting.
Howdy. I'll get my wrench.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Huh?
Vehicle yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders.
Oh, diggity.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Howdy. Yes, sir. Oh, diggity.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Very well.
Rise and shine.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Vehicle. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Waiting orders. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. At once.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Huh? Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders.
Ready and waiting. Once. Very well. Yes, sir. Very well.
Howdy. I hear you.
Vehicle reporting.
Huh? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Awaiting orders.
Huh? I'll get my
Yes, sir.
wrench.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Rise and shine. I'll get my wrench.
Reporting.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Howdy. Sure thing,
Yes, sir.
boss.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Huh? Rise and
Yes, sir.
shine.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Mission saved.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Howdy. Sure thing, boss.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Howdy. I hear you. Sure thing, boss. Yeehaw.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders.
Reporting.
Howdy.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, diggity. Rise and shine. I'll get my wrench. I'll get my wrench.
Yes, sir. Agreed. Awaiting orders.
Howdy. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Reinforcements have
Affirmative.
arrived.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. At once. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Vehicle acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Once.
Mission
Very
saved.
well. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative. At once. At once. Agreed. At once. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. At once. Agreed. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Huh? I hear you.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Very well. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Huh? I hear you. I hear you.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Reporting. Awaiting orders. Reporting. Affirmative. Of course. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Mission saved.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Huh? I hear you. I'll get my range.
Acknowledged. Very well. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Huh? Yeehaw! Sure thing, boss.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Yeehaw!
Yes, sir.
Howdy?
Reporting. Agreed. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Huh? Sure
Yes, sir.
thing,
Awaiting
boss.
orders. Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Awaiting
Yes, sir.
orders. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
Howdy? I hear you. I'll get my range.
Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir.
Howdy?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yeehaw!
Acknowledged.
Howdy? Yes, sir. Dig it.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Howdy?
Vehicle
Sure thing,
reporting.
boss.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Howdy? I hear you. Yeehaw!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Mission saved.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Vehicle affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Reporting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Report. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Vehicle affirmative.
Mission accomplished.